Hello everyone and welcome to my wedding DIY vlog. Today we'll be DIYing and crafting a bunch of bridesmaid gift ideas that I've had in mind since I got my Cricut. Now I didn't have it originally when I asked my bridesmaids to be in my bridal party, but now that I do, I wanted to make a few bachelorette goodies as well as gifts that I can give my bridesmaids right before the wedding. They are luggage tags because my wedding is technically a destination, so they will be traveling to the wedding, so I'm gonna give them that before they actually come here and potentially before my bachelorette as well. And then I'm also gonna do champagne glasses and I'm gonna etch their names onto them, and then we can have those when we're doing our like getting ready photos on the day of the wedding. And finally, I want to DIY hangers as well. I want to add their name in vinyl and then potentially bridesmaid, you know, maid of honor or bride. I'm gonna do some for myself as well. And we actually started this project a couple days ago. We ended up spray painting the hook of the hanger. They were a set that I got from IKEA. I really liked the price point, first of all, and secondly that they were just white and plain and they really matched the aesthetic of what I wanted. We bought the spray paint because we had another project we had in mind for it, so I figured, you know what, why not add these gold spray paint to the hangers as well. In hindsight, we realized this was like maybe not the best idea. We probably should have got actual hangers with gold hooks and then painted them white if they weren't already. But anyways, I will try and find a cost-effective option of that and leave it in the description, as well as also all the things that I bought for these projects. I will leave links in the description as well. But yeah, I wanted to take you along with me while I did these wedding DIY Cricut projects. Let's get started, because we've got so many things to do. Yay! That's going in. Meanwhile, get yourself a partner who can 3D model. What is this even called? He's basically designing a replica of our venue, and so we're gonna visualize our entire wedding based on what we want in it. Isn't that fun? I have a talented husband. Okay. I'm gonna start off with these luggage tags because they're the highest priority. It came, I believe there's 8 in here, and they're all just white. It was just more cost effective to get the white pack, and they're just like this. I'll add the tag later on, but I'm thinking I'm going to design just a kind of cursive letter of their first name. So I think that will be the most simple. I don't want to put any like bride squad or bridesmaid or anything like that, so that they can actually use these for the future if they want, and the flap will show their information once they fill it out. So this is to go on their luggage for traveling to the wedding and or forever. I have 2 iron-ons that I'm thinking of using. Originally, I was just gonna use this black one because it came in my Everything's bundle set when I bought the Cricut, and I figured, you know what, might as well use what I already have. But then I did end up getting this gold foil for the napkins that we're going to probably DIY in the near future. But yeah, I was like, ugh, I might not have enough to do it with gold, but it could be pretty. But then black might just be like nice and classic. I don't know. All right, we're back. It's 2 days later. I ended up just getting a really bad headache while I was designing and just kind of took a break. Today we are back and I finished all of the designs for the luggage tags, the hangers, and the champagne flutes. I ended up taking photos of the things that I bought off the internet, making sure that it was to scale. I basically just like measured the glass, measured the hangers, tried to get it exact so I could see exactly how the design was gonna look. And this is what it looks like in the end. I'm just gonna put a screen recording on top here. And yeah, so I basically have the designs done. Now I just need to pray that they will cut properly with, you know, the scale of them. When things are thin and small, it's a bit harder to weed and harder to cut. So I'm really hoping it works out. I'm gonna start with the luggage tags and we'll see how I go. I did a little test cut just to make sure that it would cut properly. I messed up the weeding a bit and kind of broke one of the letters, but I'll be more careful next time. And I'm just kind of visualizing it, and I think I'm between doing it on the bottom and in the middle. I think the bottom looks great. I'm not actually gonna use this one. I'm gonna recut my name and all the rest of them. Okay, so some of them didn't make it. I'm not entirely sure why. It just didn't cut, like it's too thin here, so it didn't cut properly. For Caitlin's, for Nick does, and for Sarah's as well. And I don't understand why, because I thought they were all the same length. I guess if they are the same length, the longer names, you know, are smaller, if that makes any sense. I'll have to recut 3 of them. Hopefully I don't mess up the inner bits of the ones that are good, because otherwise I'm gonna have to recut more. Gosh, I hope I do it right. I cut them again and they did the exact same thing, even though they were bigger. And I can't make them any bigger because there's only so much surface area on the luggage tags. So the only thing I can think of doing is what I did recently when I was trying to do the same thing when I was testing the napkins that I want to do for the wedding. I used the offset setting and I did it at like 0.0001, 2, 3, 4. I played around basically until I got the right amount. I'll show you how I did it. I'm going to keep it the same size and I'm just going to do a small amount. I don't know. I'm wasting so much vinyl at this point, and I was going to use this same sheet for the hangers, which I don't even think I'm going to be able to do until later when we come back. I don't even know when I'm going to be back. Anyways, I'm stressed. Let's just try this method. See if it works. I've done them so many times at this point. Crafting is hard. I ended up doing Leslie's and Becca's again because the lettering was just so thin that I didn't like the way it looked. And then when I did Leslie's again, I messed up when I was weeding because I was just going too fast. I shouldn't have done that. Anyways, I was just like, you know what? I need to cut it again. And that's just how it is. So finally, I have them all done and I'm going to put them on the tags. I just need parchment paper and to heat up my iron. So I started out by laying all my luggage tags on an ironing board and referencing the settings for the iron. The acrylic setting seemed to be the best one because online it said that irons are usually at 275 for the acrylic setting, and this specific material and everyday iron-on called for 280 degrees for 30 seconds, and it was a cold peel, which means you kind of wait until everything is cooled down before you like peel off that plasticky layer. I used some parchment paper because I was new and afraid. I just didn't want to like burn that faux leather anywhere else, but really it was fine without it. I sometimes used it, sometimes didn't. But peeling off the plastic layer, I think it looked really great. I even rubbed my finger on there and it was pretty on. I will say I did longer than 30 seconds. I just kind of did 30-second stretches because I felt like they weren't ready, but I really love the way they turned out. They're so cute and I think they're pretty durable and will last a long time. Okay, moving on to the hangers. Now, I thought I could use an iron-on vinyl on these, but it did not work out at all. So I tried the iron on the cotton setting, and an online guide said to do it for 5 seconds on painted wood. But clearly there was something on these hangers that really made the vinyl not stick or something, or melt. I thought at first it was because I was moving the iron too much, so I tried to continue, but ironing onto these hangers was not the move. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. The squiggle got all messed up. Because I was moving the iron, but that's what you're supposed to do. It's pretty hot too. Maybe I should turn it down. You got a little messed up. Oh, the eye is oh my god, everything's melting. Oh my god. First attempt, absolute fail. Okay, so I ended up being able to, well, Anthony kind of scraped off the letters with this scraper tool while it was still warm. And then it did leave a little sticky film, but I managed to get it off with just a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and then it kind of dried and flaked off when I rubbed it. So I'm gonna try again on a lower temperature, probably like 1 on my iron, which is the acrylic acetate. I don't know. At this point, if this does not work, I will do the same thing. I'll scrape it off, I will start fresh, and I'll just do regular permanent vinyl, which I will have to buy, but I'll just do it, you know, when I get back. No, it's literally just melting. Blimmin' heck. Okay, I abandoned it. It was just melting. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could repurpose these for something else. some iron-on thing. I doubt it. They're so small and I have no idea, but whatever. Hello everyone. It is actually 2.5 to 3 months later. I went home to Canada for a little bit. Well, I went to Florida first and then Canada. I just didn't have enough time to do all the crafting that I wanted to do as part of this video. But here we are, back again, crafting again, as you probably saw from the last clip. So the hangers didn't end up working out, unfortunately, at least the iron-on of them. And I knew the vinyl was fine because I had just used it for the luggage tags. So I got just like the permanent black vinyl, not iron-on, just like, you know, kind of the adhesive sort of one instead. So I'm gonna do that. I know that it'll work out because, you know, I know that it'll work out. So I'm gonna do that probably, hopefully today. I've already designed everything in Cricut Design Space, but I'm also going to do the glass etching that I want to do. I have these champagne glasses that I'm going to etch onto so that it's like permanent and washable and the vinyl won't peel off. So yeah, I designed the stencil. I just need to basically cut the stencil out and do the etching on the glasses, which I think is what I'm going to start with. So this is what I ended up doing. I kind of grabbed the photo and did a really bad job at taking the background out, but it really doesn't matter. Scaled it more or less exact. So it's like 9 inches tall and the width is 2.74. I don't know if that's exactly right, but you know. But I also just grabbed a line that was the exact height of where the glass was so that I could, you know, make sure that the words looked good and to scale, basically. The font I chose was Bianca. I can link it below. I believe it was free for, you know, personal use only. So obviously I'm not selling these, so it's fine. But yeah, it looks good in all 4 names. So these are my bridesmaids, well, maid of honor and bridesmaids, and then myself as well. And I'm just sticking to their names, no bridesmaid or like maid of honor words on there so that, you know, it can last a bit longer and they can use it. Not that it really matters, but so that's what I'm doing. So let us just hide these images and I'm going to just cut all of these basically onto the stencil. I might do one just to test. I think Sarah, because her name has a lot of letters that have holes in it, I just want to make sure that it will cut properly, and I might just, you know, do it a couple times. If it doesn't work out, may have to adjust the width and stuff, but I'll show you if I do change anything from what is just a normal cut. I messed it up again. There's no way that I'm going to be able to keep that little bit on there. It's ridiculous. It's just going to fall off and I'm not going to be able to get a good, nice, clean etch. So I'm going to create a workaround just with Sarah's name because I think like I got all these little tiny bits on the A's and stuff. I don't know how I did that and not this. I don't even know, but I'm going to change the S. See if that helps me. So after some trial and error, I have cut out every single one. I ended up changing the S to look more like an S. You'll see it in the final product, but also because one of the bits at the top were just so small from the other one that it just didn't make sense. Hello everyone. I have no idea where I left this vlog off. Oh my god, I've been in and out of this vlog for months. It is a week and a bit before my wedding and I haven't finished any of them. The hangers and the glasses are not done. I've just had COVID, so I've been in isolation the whole time. I'm almost done the 10 days of being a prisoner. But yeah, I need to finish these. So grabbed the Cricut and now I'm in my room and I gotta do it. I'm pretty sure I printed the stencils for the glasses. I just don't know if they're all going to weed properly. So I'm gonna do that and then hopefully it'll work out. I don't have to recut them, but it's possible I will. And then I'll just do the etching on the glasses. Hopefully it'll be easy. Oh my god. I know it won't be, but yeah. Part of the prep process is putting some alcohol on the glass so that it's perfectly clean and ready for sticky stuff. So don't forget that step. I did that already. I figured I'd start with my name first because if it messes up, it's fine. I reversed weeded it. You see that little E dot of vinyl? Yeah, that's so hard to keep in there, and the R one as well. So that's the trickiest bit, and I think the reverse weeding helped. I had to add just a little bit of tape here because there was an air bubble at the end of the word that just kept appearing. So hopefully it stays down and the etching cream doesn't like bleed through, but I'm going to apply it on top of the word and then leave it for 8 minutes, and hopefully it works out. Okay, it's been on there for 8 minutes. I put a minute more just to see. I don't know. I think it's good. I started scraping off some of the stuff and like putting it back into the jar like one of the videos had suggested. That's just a little tip. I'm gonna go wash it off really carefully in the sink, trying not to get the cream anywhere else. That's why the masking tape is on either side. And yeah, it should be good, I hope. Oh my god. This is the after. It looks pretty good. The eye bit is just a bit messed up. I probably didn't put the cream like all over that bit. Wow, I'm excited. I've got Anthony here on FaceTime. He's my support in this stressful crafting process. Oh my goodness. We did the etching together the last time. It was so much easier to have him help. Obviously, I'm not filming every single bit because I literally can't handle it. It would be easier for him to be here to film if that were the case, but can't do that. Anthony, say hey. All right, time to reverse weed. Now, I did just learn this from a video. I can link it below for all like in-depth instructions and all that. But we've got our transfer tape and we've got the actual design. I'm going to add the transfer tape onto the design on top. Now we weed and pray. It helps because I don't have a good light in here that's like super bright. I've been like using this flashlight just so I can take a look and then start weeding. It would help if Anthony were here to hold this flashlight, but you know, what can you do? Oh my god, it stayed. Oh my god, it stayed. Oh, that almost never happens. I think the crafting gods are just on my side today because I'm so extra stressed. So now it's time to apply it to the glass, and now just remove the transfer tape once it is stuck on really nice. Deep breaths. Now it's a matter of making sure there's no air bubbles. Obviously this is going to pose a problem where it's like curved, so I'm just going to be careful, but yeah, just use your scraper tools and make sure there's no air bubbles anywhere near the edge of the letters, because that will pose a huge problem. I had a moment of panic when my timer was like paused and I was like, oh my god, has it been 8 minutes? But it looks so good. The A stayed, and I actually can't believe that because that is absolutely a miracle. I'm hoping that I have just as much luck on the rest of them. I mean, there's some imperfections, let's be real, but it looks so good. Okay, the glasses look really good. Only one of them has a little bit of a mess up on it, unfortunately. But I'm moving on to the hangers right now. So I bought just some regular premium vinyl. It's not the Cricut one, it's like permanent vinyl. I'll link it down below along with all of the things that I've been using in the video. But yeah, I just cut out my first one. It's gonna be like my test, which is my mom's name, which is very long and a bit more complicated. So I'm hoping that'll be a good test. And if I can weed it out properly, should be fine for the rest, right? Weeding out those tiny letters is probably the worst kind of torture that I'm putting myself through. Oh my god, I started with my mom's and I cut it out multiple times. I tried to reverse weed. Not it. Not for this project, at least. The words are so tiny. The letters are so cursive-y and like thin. It's really hard, but I've managed. I moved on to mine, and I wish I kind of did mine a little later because I'm learning from my mistakes, basically. Number one thing, weed out the middle bits first. I added a box around the bottom, the maid of honor, the bridesmaid, mother of the groom, mother of the bride, those words underneath. That was so helpful. So I would use that little box and I would take it out, the negative space, basically, after having taken out the small little bits in the middle of words. And then pray. Some of the letters would pop off. I put them back on. I use tweezers. It's a whole surgery operation, but I'm managing. Oh my God. So I'm on Sarah's now. I have 2 left. Sorry, my room is absolutely a mess, but what can you do? My life is a mess. Anyways, so yeah, I've just been weeding away. I'm about to just transfer this one onto the hanger. I'll try and show you the steps of what I'm doing. Honestly, it's been so much easier to just head down, weed. Like, it's hard. This is my setup. Don't have enough light. So I taped a flashlight to my dresser, which it has this like desk roll up thing, and that's where I've been working. And so yeah, that's how I've been weeding with like my head down. Like, ow, my neck is killing me. 2 more left. There we go. Done.